Yeah, let's start. So this is the intro to web scraping, and I'm sure that all of you do have some experience with this because you did some basic scraping in your Data 100 class, if I'm correct. But you could use this as sort of your cheat sheet when doing basic web scraping using BeautifulSoup. Again, with great power comes great responsibility. Be careful when you do this because you might get blocked. Each website is unique. And don't abuse this power. As mentioned here, the boundaries are not so clear when it comes to what you can and cannot legally do with scraping. Use your judgment if it is unethical or illegal. So like before, you'll have to use BeautifulSoup. You have to import that. You will also be using quests, library, and pandas. Now, we will be scraping this web page. She'll go there. So we will be using books to scrape. And we will try to extract the details from this web page. First thing that you have to do is to understand the elements in this web page. And you can do that by doing the F12 command, and it will show the developer console. And you can now inspect the items that you want. So we're here in this page and we want to extract different items. I wanted to go back to the notebook, but Zoom is blocking it. So give me a second. I want this to disappear. I can't put it. I hate this. Okay, going back. So yeah, we are now able to access the page, and you can scrape that by just using this command. So use requests, then get path, and then use BeautifulSoup so you can parse it. And you're now seeing the full page and all the HTML stuff in there. Now you're successful in reading it. Again, this is the anatomy of HTML. This is your cheat sheet. You forget. So how do we scrape the contents? Again, you will have to inspect the elements. And if you are stuck, you could just read the article here. So this is more on the HTML now. So if you want to get the science text there, you just use H1, because if you go back, that's H1. It is blocking. Zoom is blocking it, sorry, so I can't click on it. So if you over here, it is H1. So that's what you get. If you find H1, so to find H1, then it will return that. Okay. If you use the dot text attribute, then it's just the text, the content, without the tag. If you want to find all the P with the following attribute, so you specify that it's classified color, then you will get the price. Let's go back here. It's this one. So it's P. So you really just inspect the data that you want to extract. So if you want to get the title of the book, then it's inside and a tag. That's the general idea of when you scrape. So you keep on doing that. Or you can use the article. So if you want to get all the elements having those characteristics or tag, depending on what you use as filter, then use find all. It will return everything. In this case, I used find A, and then I got the path. So you could get the path by using .get. So you're not limited to just the text in your element. You could also extract the other attributes. So for example, in here, if you want to get the path, this is the text, right? If you do .text, this is what you will get. But if you do .get, then in Shref, then you will get the path. So you can now proceed to the page containing more details about that book. So that's how you do scraping. This best that you perform some sanity checks. So some sanity check, I should be getting 14 elements just by looking at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14. And I got 14 when I did find all. Some sanity check. You retrieve the first book, index equals 0. And then we only want to get the path, so we do loss of split until we get the title, because we don't need other details there. The prefix, we don't need that. And now, since we have that path, we can just append it here. Now we have the links to all of the pages for the different books with this approach. Now we just make it a loop. So that's how you can extract details. So for example, now that I have the book link, I do another requests.get and then BeautifulSoup, and now I can get the details on that page. For example, we go here. Now I can extract all the details on this page. That's what's happening. Then I'll extract the description and other details. And you just make it a loop. Now, what if we want to extract this detail here, this table? How do we do that? So we find table. If you go back here and you inspect this whole thing, it's a table. This whole thing is a table. So if I do soup.find table, I should be getting this. How do you parse that? You can do the following. So we go back, we inspect. How do we get the following details? So all the text here is, well, the first row is tr, the second row is tr, all of them are tr. So if I do .find tr, I should be getting them. But if I do th, I should be getting the first column, and td is the second column. Same applies for the others, th, td, th, td, that's the pattern. So if we find all the th and all the tds, then I should be getting the whole table, which is what happened here. And I could just merge the two. I could just make it a data frame, and that's it. We got the whole table. But there's a hack in pandas. So if there's a table, you could just use this. You do the following: pd.read HTML, and you will now get the whole table. That easy. That's the hack. What if you want it in columnar format? And then you just transpose. And this is your exercise. Try to scrape all the books in science category and save it as a pandas data frame, which has the following fields. Follow this format. Any questions? Any questions? One. Yes, there's a question.
Sir, may I ask na po about sa find command or find all command? Since, for example, if we just want to look for a section of the website, do we have to use find all and say that, for example, wait lang po, sir.
We can go back to this example. What do you want to get?
For example po, sir, what if I just want to get the product information lang po or the product description? do I have to get muna po lahat nung elements of the
Case to
website?
case. There's
Okay.
no one answer for that. It depends on the tag containing the data that you want. So in this specific example, product description, you want this, right? This detail right here. So it is P tag. And I presume that you have lots of P here. It's not the only P. Yeah, like another P here. So if you do find all, you will get all those text data. So in that case, yes, you could use find all, but you still have to add another filter that can extract that specific text that you want. In this case, how would you possibly get this? That's actually part of the, I believe, description is here. Oh, no, it's not part of the exercise. But how would you do that? What's the pattern? Off the top of my head, I could just simply look at the parent containing P. So which one is that? So if it's inside, I believe content inner, and then there's P, then that's probably the description, just by looking at this. I don't see any other paragraph in this section. So I just do find P. That's probably what I'm gonna do for this specific example. Again, scraping is heavy in trial and error. It depends on the website. It's always different. So you really have to investigate. So that's your exercise. Do that. And then also try to scrape the following website. Go to Bloomberg currencies. This one, try to extract this. Just try. Those are your tasks. That should keep you busy. Any questions?